graphic novels. I was going to pull them all off as we go, but they kept sliding and falling, and like, it was a whole lot. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I did have 2 on my shelf though that I count as graphics. So we have Superman, The Earth Stealers by John Bryant. Pretty decent. I mean, I don't really remember it that much, which, you know, it's fine. Superman, The Last of Earth, Book 1 and Book 2, Elseworlds, Superman the Green Lantern, Peak. I know they did Volume 3, I have not read it yet, but I should get onto that, yeah. I really enjoyed the first 2 parts. So then we have Superman, The Man of Steel, Volume 1. One of the first big purchases I made when getting into Superman, back in 21. I got into Superman in 2020, just before COVID, just after Doomsday Clock. So that was like the must-buy purchase at the time. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people dislike post-crisis Superman, but I really dig it. You know, you've got Brine, Wolfman, Ordway. Iron's Peak stuff. The second volume, again, great stuff. The Death of Superboy. Amazing. I love it. It's one of my favourite stories, especially from that era. Yeah, just great stuff. I know they're volume 3 and 4, but by the time I'd got these 2, they were already, like, sold out. Like, yeah, it was crazy. And then they did Exile, and then they've done the new one following that. So, but because I can get it 3 and 4, it just put me off getting the others. But I should. I'm not too like fond of Exile, but I quite like the post-crisis that follows, leading up to Death. But I have a lot in singles, so we're not rush for that. Then we have Superman Under Yellow Sun, which is basically a novel by Clark Kent in his writing days post-crisis. Really, just solid stuff. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's decent. They saved Luthor's brain. Yeah, Luthor's swapped body, clone, young version of him in Death is explained there. These are out of order, I've only just realised. Yeah, well, that's fine. We'll ball. Superman The Wedding and Beyond doesn't go there, but, yeah. Clark's wedding. Lois's wedding. Great stuff. I do prefer the original Action Comics wedding, where they both have the both matching ceremonies, but that's still, like, you know, great stuff. Time and time again, the original trade is old, it's sealed, but it works. But we are getting a DC Essentials reprint, redo of that, so that's going to be a purchase for sure. Then we have Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite, Mxyzptlk, if that's how you want to pronounce it. Maybe. I really like these. They always come with the full story and like an extra original issue. So I'm pretty sure this one comes with, yeah. If you read that there, Superman issue 61, which is pretty cool. They're really good. Them, like, I don't know if you can get them in the States, but they are like just a brilliant collection. Then we have the Death of Superman, matching spine trades thingies. I really like these. I'm not a big Omni person. I find them difficult to read, but them like that, just great. I love trade paperbacks, hardbacks. Yeah, I know. I do have one omnibus. But I'll show that later. Not Superman related, kind of, but I will show that. Death of Superman. You know, you can't go wrong. My first trade I ever got when getting into Superman. So, you know, the OG, just great stuff. It took me a while to fully read the arc. I got to Reign, I think. I was like, I'm gonna just, like, rest. Funeral was such, like, a slow read. And I'd read it before reading a lot of post-crisis stuff, so the Candace stuff, the Newsboys Legion, and it was all before I knew, like, a lot about them. So I was so confused. So it was a slow read, but I eventually read from this up to post-crisis on the app and caught up, and it all made a lot more sense. And then I read through Doomsday, and it's just peak. It is just peak. Especially in Return, you've got Cyborg, Superman, you've got Superboy, you've got Steel, you've got him blowing up Coastal City, you've got Superman coming back. It's just peak. Like, it deserves the praise, but I can understand why a lot of people at the first, instance are like, Then we have Bizarro World, set just after Doomsday stuff, The Death of Clark, Trial of Superman, the original trades, The Revenge Squad, and Transformed. Which, yeah, I'm surprised I know they did the Superman Blue Volume 1, but they never did Volume 2. So, and I do not have Volume 1 because they never did Volume 2. So, but a lot of these I've amassed at cons and stuff. So, like, their original trades, like, like I know Emperor Joker, has got a new trade, so as Ending Battle. But when I got these, they were, like, not, easy to get hold of. Yeah. So, we've got Superman 0 Hour, Empire Joker, Ending Battle, and then For Tomorrow, which is fine. When I first got into Superman, I was like, oh, you need to read For Tomorrow, and I read it, I was like, this is fine. I might do a video on what got me into Superman. My story and stuff, so I will explain that in a lot more, detail. But then we've got Godfall and Unconventional Warfare, leading into the Busiek era. These are so good. His era is fantastic. You've got Camelot Falls, Up, Up, Up and Away, Secret Identity. It's just peak. It's just peak. Post Infinite Crisis, Superman's not got his powers. Amazing. I can't recommend them enough. I wish these were recommended to me in Busiek's era when I was getting into Superman. Not me discovering them. So Superman Secret Origins, which is peak. I know a lot of people don't like it. It's the same with Brian's run and Prefer Birthright and stuff, and I'm pretty good on any origin, really. I'm good for anything as long as I enjoy it, if that makes sense. But I really like Jeff Johns' run on Superman, which will be explained in how I got into Superman video. So then Legion of Superheroes, really just peak, underrated. Maybe not underrated, under talked about, I think. Last Son and Brainiac. He's so small, Brainiac. Gary Frank, you just cannot go wrong with Gary Frank. And then we have Morrison's run on Action Comics in the New 52. Peak. Just peak. Anything with mixes bit it's just peak, it's just peak to me. I'm gonna stop saying that now. Yeah, just great stuff. Savage Dawn, and then Savage Dawn, yeah. Supergirl trade from New 52, the first two. They're great. I know they switched writer on Volume 3. Never got to read it. I should go back and continue her run. But I really enjoyed what I'd read of Supergirl in New 52. The Final Days trade, and then Lois and Clark. With Jurgens returning and Tomasi setting up Rebirth. You'd be like, hold on a minute, you don't have any Superman Rebirth? You will see that later in the video. When I was first getting into comics, I didn't realise about trades until a lot later. So you'll see where all the stories are for Superman Rebirth and Bendis' run. Which, yeah. Bendis. Superman. Yeah. Anyway. And then we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which is just amazing. There's a reason why it's getting a film already, after how long of publishing? 5 years or less? Yeah. Many Worlds of Krypton. Peak. Superman Secret Identity. Yeah. Just great. Just fantastic. Maybe one of the best. Most definitely. Top 5 at least. Superman Kryptonite. Another. Just Darwin Cook. Tim Sale. Amazing. All-Star Superman. These are just the hitters. These are just the 5 out of 5s. The 10 out of 10s. I don't think there's much else I could say about All-Star that's not already been said. And that goes for Superman for All Seasons, which is also just amazing. And then we've got a trade for Superman vs. Sod, which is basically a collection of stories for Superman and Zod. pretty good. Pretty easy to get hold of as well. Superman Red Sun and Elseworlds Volume 2 and 1, because they're not in order. Why would they be in order? Yeah. Great collections. I think they've just reprinted them, or they're about to in an omnibus. I would recommend. I got these like pretty decent price. So, but because it's Elseworlds and there's like 6 stories in each, it is dependent on, you know, each story. I don't know if I've got a favourite Elseworlds for Superman. Maybe Speeding Bullets. I really like the War of the Worlds one. That was really good. And talking of War and Worlds, we have Superman, the War World Saga. I have the Philip Kennedy Johnson run in singles as well as like Rebirth. This stuff is so good. I needed that in trade. Like, I try not to double dip because I read my singles a lot still. Hence the gap on Rebirth. But I needed it in one book. Just sitting there and reading it cover to cover, it just hits different. And Superman Kal-El Returns, him coming back to Earth after War World. Pretty good stuff. And then Lois Lane, Enemy of the People. It's fine. I'm not a big lover of that, but also at the time when I first read it, I wasn't that aware of like a lot of the characters, so maybe I should go back and give it another try. I think that'd be pretty good. On to the next shelf. So this is how the shelf normally looks without all the books being pulled forward. Yeah. So I'll start this side. We have a Super Frog, because he's awesome, and 3 of the Wendy's Happy Meals. I don't know what they're called over there. That was gifted to me by my bestie. A Superman cup. It's really cool. It's got all the logos on. Oh, and there's me as Daily Planet staff reporter. That was also a gift from my bestie. Yeah. But the cup's really cool, so has all the logos on. A Lego tin with a minifigure in that they do in the Lego magazines here. A random Superman. Supergirl from the CW show. A random Superman figure. I'm not really sure where it's from. It was a gift. So I was like, I'm putting him on my shelf. And an angry Superman keychain that my nephew won at school and was like, you need this. I was like, thank you, I do. Thank you. Even though he's angry. A Super Duck. The Lego Mech Superman. I wish they'd do more Lego sets for Superman, but there is just that. I know they did some for Man of Steel, and like there's the odd like Lex Luthor battle suit, but like I don't know, some new ones. A Percy Spencer, Bombshells, Supergirl. Then we have some of the movie figures and a variant from Supergirl issue 1 of Superman. I even found it really hard to get the Spin Masters line over here to build the droid, but I just can't seem to get any. I got him out of pure luck in a shop, but I've not seen him in Smith's, I've not seen him in Entertainer. So in the UK, they must be just like, maybe the shops didn't stock them much or what. Because I got him like last week and I got Superman like 3 months ago, so I had no idea. Some Superman, Supergirl Playmobil, and some mini Funkos, and the cup that the cinema did in. Yeah, when Superman came out, pretty much. Yeah. It was really expensive. They did the popcorn buckets and like everything. I was like, I can't justify that on a popcorn bucket. As cool as it looked. Yeah. For my pop vinyl collection of Superman stuff, I have Ultraman and Hammer of Bravia, so Ultraman. Smallville's Kara and Superman. Then the Breaking the Chain Superman. I don't know the actual like official Funko name. Superman Lois flying from the movie, and Doomsday Max and Lex Luthor from the Superman movie. So, you know, I feel like past couple of months' collection of Superman related ones, it's pretty good. I do have one more, so I'll cut to that next. But we have all the Kinder line of random DC things that I've done in the past year. Awesome stuff, and Batman, and a Superman birthday card, because everyone knows I like Superman. Yeah, that's pretty much the second shelf, merch-wise. And this boy, which I was going to show during the rest of the pop vinyls, but, yeah. I read the Return of Superman arc, and he bombed Colossal Say. I was like, this is the coolest dude. he sent Hal Jordan into an episode. What? I need a pop vinyl of that dude. Yeah. Just an absolute boyer. Such a gorgeous pop vinyl. So that is the second shelf. I will show you the books. On the next shelf, I have a random assortment of DC related books, but we do have some Superman. I was going to turn around then. Probably not. We have Action Comics 8 Years of Superman, which is I'd say one of the best books when getting into Superman. I have this one noted. Just great. Honestly, just like such a great like encapsulation of like Superman stories. And that and this were one of the two where I was like, I love this character. Like, this is just so big. This is the best, like, maybe tightest collection of stories from Alan Moore and Kurt Swan. Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow and Superman Annual 11. The Man Who Had Everything. Just peak. Just, like, yeah. Amazing. That era as well. More from that era. Pre-Watchmen. Just thing. The deluxe edition of Camelot Falls, because it will not fit on the top shelf. Yeah. Also, just, like, great. Yeah. Superman Smashes the Klan. Amazing. Amazing. Like, yeah. I'd take more in that style, like, if they ever, like, did one. Man and Superman, Marv Wolfman. Great book. One of the first comics I got getting into Superman. So, it was a great choice. Yeah. They should do, like, let him do more of these. If he still wanted to. Definitely. Then that's the end of Superman, pretty much. Then we have Fortnite, 0 Point, because I really liked the codes. And I needed them, and the book's really good. For Fortnite, I don't know. I don't have a lot of Batman. I don't have a lot of DC. I like Superman. But I do read a lot more on the app of everyone else. Court of Owls. I do have a New Frontier in DC Compact. I'm reading this, so it's like elsewhere. It's over there. I might show it at the end. The Heroes and Villains collection line, which these are so peak. I wish DC did their own books like this. I know this is DC, but I wish their trades. So we have John's run on Aquaman. Now, I was just picking these up, like, randomly, but I did get some with the intention of... I will explain why. Jeff Johns' Flash. Then Emerald Twilight, because I, like, wanted to see how mad he got after Cyborg Superman blew up Coastal City. Yeah. So, pretty big. I think it's the only Green Lantern thing I've read yet. I've got, like, Jeff Johns' run ready to go. I need to, like, sit and read it. Because, I'm still, like, fairly newish. So it's took me so long to read, like, Post-Crisis Superman up to present, and then go back and read the other stuff. Like, some Silver Age and, like, Golden Age and stuff. So it's taken me a while, but, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I'm getting there. Crisis on Infinite Earths Volume 1 and 2. The reason I've got these two, if you can see on the back, it comes with Superboy's issue and all the tie-ins, pretty much. All the Superman-related tie-ins for Crisis are in these two volumes. So if you just like Superman, and you just want to read the Superman stuff for Crisis on Infinite Earth, then that's the one you wanna go for. Legends, the first big crossover for Post-Crisis. I like it. I think it's pretty decent. Final Night. Another version of For the Man Who Has Everything. It has one more story to the other trade. I think it's the Swamp Thing one. I do believe. Wonder Woman Down to Earth. Whatever Happened to the Caped Crusader. I really like that one. And Starman. I love Starman. I need to get the compendiums and carry on reading it. Reign of Doomsday. for Superman. So there's some more Superman. Superman Earth 1. Now, these trades are also similar. So it's a similar kind of line to these, but they're never over double dip stories. Final Crisis and the Eagle Moss version also has all the Superman related tie-ins only. So if you want to read Final Crisis, not that, I don't know if you want to or not. I like it. That's the way to go about it, I think. Like this one as well, Infinite Crisis, has all the Superman related stuff, and in that run, you kind of want all the Superman stuff. Yeah, I can't recommend them enough. I don't know if they do them in the States, but I got these for like 10 quid each, like really pretty cheap. So I would recommend, especially if you just after Superman stuff. Heroes in Crisis. I know, it was a gift. It was a gift. When I was first getting into comics, I had no idea. And I read that and this back to back, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? I had no idea. Yeah. So, Green Lantern, Secret Origin. Yeah, I really liked it. I really want to read more Green Lantern. Like, that will be my mission. I'm all caught up on Superman now. So, Green Lantern is next. Injustice, Volumes 1 and 2. Because I really liked Volume 1. And then I got Volume 2, and I was like, I'm kind of done now. I really like Injustice Volume 1, and I like Injustice 2 a lot, like the game. But there's only so much bad Superman, I can read before I'm like, I don't want to read anymore. So that's how far I got with that. Also, when I first started out, Stargirl by Jeff Johns, because I really like the show. And then a random Tales from the Multiverse Flashpoint, next to Flashpoint. Kingdom Come, just peak. 10 out of 10, one of the greatest, if not the greatest DC graphic novel ever. Followed right next to another one. This is the copy I use at university, so it's got all my dissertation notes in it, and I need to get a new one. Doomsday Clock and Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. No, Dark Knight Saga. I guess it's Returns. And Rebirth, the deluxe edition, and my Before Watchmen omnibus, followed by these that I have still not read, because every time I do, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, and I will show you the comic next to that in a second because it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the second shelf of books. I have rambled a lot. Yeah, I need to get more. If you have any recommendations, pop them down below, because I would love to hear them. So I can branch out from Superman. If you have any Superman recommendations, I don't have Birthright. Birthright is the only one I am not getting yet, because I haven't got it. Yeah, I should get it, probably. We have the facsimiles for Action Comics #1 and Detective Comics 27. So first Superman, first Batman. They are just fantastic. I will say, even though I'm a Superman guy, the paper on this one is just so much better than what they did for Bye Batman for this one. This one's got that very whitish thing. Still peak though. I kind of wish it didn't have the corner on, but with all, they're just brilliant. Yeah, I love facsimiles, especially for the older stuff. I'm not so much keen on it for newer books. They've been doing for Batman and stuff, but just the old stuff, 100% hands down. The next couple of books are magazine size, and they're just such a pain to store. But I'm going to show them anyway because they're so cool. And they're all really new. We have the Superman Treasury 2025. This was so good. Jurgen's peak. Just, yeah, if you can still get your hands on this for the price, I definitely would recommend it. It's really good. Then we have the work in progress for Superman All-Star. Getting to see Frank Whiteley's work up close. So blown up, and he's an original style. It's just amazing. Like, I cannot recommend this enough. Even if it is the size, like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And then we have Superman and Shazam. It's not the original Treasury, a facsimile of the original Treasury. Blown up foil. Pretty decent story. It's not great. It's fine. I'm going to put it up here. Just while I get the last one. Because it's such a pain to think. And it is Alex Ross's Superman Peace on Earth. Like the original one. Amazing story. Amazing art. Amazing artist. I cannot recommend this enough. Yeah. I think they do it in a trade. I don't know how big the trade is. If you can't get the original, get the trade. But yeah, that is basically the shelf of books. Not the singles, which there is a couple of boxes of. So we're going to see them now. The comic that I was going to show, is basically a British reprint of Action Comics 11. Batman and Superman it is called, and it is for the man who has everything. The only plus size of this is it comes with posters in the inside, and it's massive. It's like, it's not Treasury size, but like it's huge. You have to make like a custom bag and board for it. Yeah, I like. It's just great. I got this for like £1, I think. Yeah, custom board. Really good. There's not much else to show, but I'd love to do like an in-depth like read through for it on YouTube's. If anyone would like to see the inside of what the London edition's version of Action Comics Annual 11 looks like, because is it Superman Annual 11? I can't remember on the spot, man. Yeah, this is great. Peak story. So with the first short box, we have the Superman #1 facsimile. Action Comics 23 facsimile. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 76. Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane 59. Nearly a tongue twister. Superboy 162. Superman 233. Classic Neil Adams. That's the facsimile. I wish I had the original. Superman 247. Have we a need for Superman? Great issue. I wish I had more Elliot S. Magan from that era. Superman 285. 286. Superman 264, the first Steve Lombard. And then Superman 400, the anniversary issue. Superman 403. Superman Action Comics 284, the first wedding issue. I think. Great issue though. I prefer that one over the post-crisis one. Oops. Action Comics 544. The anniversary issue, a Lex and Brainiac story, which I then followed up in Superman 386 and Cousin of Order 385, which is, I really like it, and great issue. I need to get the Brainiac ones. Superman 417, you get Lex's war suit for the first time, and Brainiac's first look in the metal one, I do believe. DC Comics presents 27, the first Mongol. Second, and then third. Action Comics 547. 554. I really like 554. And Action Comics 583. Whatever happened for the Man of Tomorrow. I need to get the other part. Yeah, that was a recent pickup though, like maybe a week ago. Superboy 5454. The World of Metropolis #1, and then #4 Cousin in Order. And #2, and not #3, but we do have the World of Smallville #1. I really wish they'd put them in a trade, because I know they did the World of Krypton, but I would really like the other two. The Man of Steel #1, first and the start of post-crisis Superman. Superman #3, I think that's the first Superman comic I ever had as a kid. And then I wasn't into Superman for a long time, and then I got into him recently. Well, I say recently. Superman issue 11 was a couple of years ago. The Adventures of Superman 474. Superman 12. And Hotline Hero #1. Then we have Superman 424, the first for a few characters. Yeah, just like iconic cover at this point as well. And then Action Comics 591, part of the death of Superboy from the other world and Time Trapper and all that business, and I really like that story. Action Comics 595, first Silver Banshee. Superman 17, Superman 18, Superman 20, 21, The Adventures of Superman 444, and Superman 22. So that is Superman going for General Zod and kill him on the other world. That is the world from the Superboy story. And it's all really confusing, and yeah. I really like it though. I think it's a really good story. I know why people don't like it, and I also don't like it for that reason. But would I sit and read it? Probably. The Adventures of Superman 456, The Adventures of Superman 464, and The Adventures of Superman 466. So Superman does Fantastic Four. The start of Cyborg Superman, and The Adventures of Superman 468. Classic George Perez Superman 643, 644, The Adventures of Superman 473, Action Comics 649, Action Comics 650, Action Comics 653, The Adventures of Superman 478, The Adventures of Superman 479, The Adventures of Superman 482, The Adventures of Superman Annual 3, Action Comics 662, the reveal issue, I think there's 2, Superman 24, Superman 40, Superman 675 for Action Comics, Superman 28, issue 59, also I really love this cover. Then we get into the triangle here now. Superman Action Comics 684, and my Death of Superman with like all the little bits and the banners and the everything, and the bag's still there. Superman the Man of Steel issue 22, The Adventures of Superman 500, got a card and the bag. Steel number 1, Superboy number 1, I need to get Supergirl number 1. Superman 81, 82, 505, The Adventures of Superman 507, Superman 116, The Adventures of Superman 575, Superman and Batman 26, they're all in a very just like random order. Superman 164, Starman 51, set on Krypton, Starman 75. These 3 issues here are just fantastic. Hitman 34, classic. Armageddon 2001 issue 2, The Power Shazam 1. A lot of these I just got from a convention, so like a random order. Justice League Spectacular issue 1, Metamorpho's first appearance, facsimile. Adventure Comics 210, Crypto, facsimile, his first appearance. Legends of the DC Universe issues 1, 2, and 3. Superman story, it's pretty decent. Eclipse issue 2, and then rounding it off with Superboy 116, and these are just then duplicates. Yeah. So, on to the next box. For box number 2, we start off strong with Action Comics 340, the first Parasite. Superman and Lois from the Earth Prime run, I think it was. I don't know, but I wish they would do more. I wish they would do another run. Not of all the Earth Prime CW shows, things, just of Superman and Lois. Action Comics 775. 705, these are in the most randomest order again. Superman and Toyman 1, Superman 791, 792, the end of Ending Battle with 796, Action Comics 809. These are all just like back-to-back things. One of my favourite issues is Action Comics 810, basically Superman answers letters on New Year's Eve, which is a tradition of his, and it's just, yeah, it's amazing. Action Comics 830, 849, Action Comics Annual 10, Action Comics 850, 852, 853, 854, 855, 856, 857. So that's the whole Escape Bizarro world. Another great issue at Action 865. They're all great issues, but this is a fantastic Toyman issue. The connecting covers for Superman Secret Origin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then Superman Elseworlds Annual, Superman Annual 6 Elseworlds. Superman vs. Darkseid, Apocalypse Now. Superman Convergence 1, Lois and Clark 1. Yeah, when I say these are random, the most are random. DC Universe Rebirth New Superman. Action Comics 850, the Mixes Pidlick cover. Superman 7, 15. This is when I started to get back into Superman, i.e. collecting. So I was getting a lot of them read through the DC Universe app after 30 days, and I was like, I need to get the Summer of Superman. And then I started picking them up again in physical. So, because I wasn't really sold on the whole Phantoms Action Comics arc, and that's the current Superman run, but I soon turned heel, and I really dig it now. Yeah. So I should probably get the trades for them. And so we've got the Summer of Superman Special number 1. All-Star Superman number 1. When I said these are those randomest order, you'll yeah. Dark Multiverse, The Death of Superman. It's fine. Action Comics 1081, 1082 connecting covers. Action Comics 182. Action Comics 1087. The new Mark Waid run is fantastic. This entire arc is just like I'm obsessed. It's like my favourite thing on the shelf at the moment. Yeah, so that's 187, 88, 89, and 90. The Superman Unlimited 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I can't wait for issue 6 in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, I like counting that down. It's like fantastic. Dan Slott as well. I'd like not read his Spider-Man run, but I'd heard things, and when they said Dan Slott was on Superman, I was like, oh no. But it's brilliant. I can't like fault it. I've really enjoyed it so far. Superman 28, 29, and issue 30. We're building a DCKA up here. Absolute Superman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and 12 is out next week. The absolutely now classic Superman Kryptonite Spectrum number 1 and 2. 3's not out for a bit yet, so unfortunately have to wait. The Death of Superman special for the 30th anniversary, number 1. And the Return of Superman special, the 30th anniversary, number 1. Superboy comic number 1. Adventures of Superman 10. That's such a sad issue. The complete set of Up in the Sky, which is like the first singles I ever got for Superman in 2019, late 2019. Smallville number 1. Superman Gallery, Superman Doomsday, Day of Doom, and a 90-page giant number 2. So that is it for this box. So for the next box, and this is where my Superman collection first started, and I first started reading, and it's just, this is nostalgia for me at this point, but it's because I got into it during this era's closure, so like 2018, 2019. So we have a complete set of Superman Rebirth. From number 1, I'm not going to go all the way through, but it's every issue. Yeah, it goes all the way through. We have Tomasi's run, Jurgens' run, just like nostalgia. It's just, we've got, is this the start of it? Part 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got the Oz Effect, the lenticular covers, non-lenticular, some Super Sons issues, the Super Sons of Tomorrow tie-in with Rebirth. Yeah, just like my era, Action Comics 1000. All the way through, and then where is it? The start of Bendis' run on Superman. And it goes all the way through. Yeah, my era of Superman. Leviathan Rising, Leviathan Event, all the way up to, we had the reveal, and then the end of Bendis' run at 28. So that is like my era of Superman collecting. Yeah, Rebirth to Bendis, and then Future State. So yeah, just like nostalgia for me personally. Weekly picking up. A lot of these were back issues, and this is why I don't have the trades for like Rebirth or Bendis' run, because I've got the morning singles, and I read them a fair bit, so it is like, yeah, it's peak. Anyway, thank you for watching. This should be the last clip, I do assume. So yeah, and so it's all really disorganised. I don't usually do these type of videos or any videos. So yeah, just thank you all for watching.